Call halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Yahweh Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for pushing 100% truth through rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that have been scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom. This is Matazah Lacham. I'm hearing more and more trash coming out of the mouths of these individuals over there at Genesis, these Genesis Israelites. I spoke lightly on it in my camp video. I made two videos in defense of John the Baptist. That's what I named them, in defense of John the Baptist part 1 and part 2. But evidently, these guys are still talking shit out of the side of their neck about John the Baptist wasn't in the truth. They're trying to say that now they're trying to say and change the doctrine, saying that all Israel can be saved. I mean, not all Israel, but all of the Gentiles along with Israel can be saved. And I'm going to go into biblical scriptures that prove that salvation is exclusive to Israelites only. Okay? And the name of today's lesson is Line of Procession. With great labor have I made it perfect. Okay? Revelation chapter 5, verse 9. And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us unto our God, Yahweh, by thy blood, out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation, and hast made us, the Israelites, unto our God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. Boom. Okay? Now, NLT. And they sung a new song with these words, You are worthy to take the scroll and to break its seals and open it, for you were slaughtered, and your blood was has ransomed the people for Yahweh from every tribe and language and people and nation. And you have caused them to become a kingdom of priests for our power, and they will reign on the earth. Okay? Now, let's go and get this kindred and tongue and people and nation, right? Let's go get it. Because, okay. Let's get it. Kindred.
Strong's G 5443. Fule.
Right? Get this. Fule. A tribe. In the New Testament, all the persons descending from one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob. A nation, a people. Okay? Kindred, an offshoot, i.e. race or clan. Kindred or tribe. Okay? All the persons descended from one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob. But these individuals are going throughout the entire world. Okay, hold on. Get this. Revelation 21 and 12. And had a great wall, a wall great and high, Salakia, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and the names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Okay? You people don't get it. I'm still trying to understand, Okay, but I understand enough to get this lesson across, right? Okay. Now these kindred, because the kindred here found in Revelation 11 and 9 and Revelation 21 and 12 are two different types of kindred. You have kindred, they're not from the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob, but that's true as well, because you have 2/3 of our people that are going to currently bucking up against this truth right now. Okay, talking shit out of the side of their neck about it. Okay, that ain't what the biblical scriptures say. I seen the video the other day, brother Ariel Khayal Ba on his channel, about a whole bunch of nigga woman coming up to IUIC, and the guys wearing purple. Came up two different instances. One dude act like he wanted to fist fight. One guy seen on Elder Menatazak Ba's video last night. Down in South Carolina at GMS Walk and Talk SE8, and on his channel, and some dude came up there talking shit about God loves everybody. These motherfuckers really trying to defend these Edomite and these heathen nations, man. I mean, these people do not give a two fucks about them being Israelites at all. They don't care. They never have. I mean, I mean, man, our people are completely gone, man. Let me look. Where is it? Where is it at? Hold on. Let me go. Because this is ridiculous, man. Let me go get. Where is it? Acts chapter 5. Right. Salakia. Right. Here it is. Acts chapter 5, verse 30. And the power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua of our fathers, raised up Yahushua, whom ye slew and hanged on a tree. Him hath the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua exalted with his right hand to be a prince and a savior, for to give repentance to Israel and forgiveness of sins. To Israel and forgiveness of sins. Okay? And we are his witnesses of these things, and so is also the Holy Spirit, by whom Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua hath given to them that obey him. Right? Now, listen to this. Acts chapter 5, verse 34. Then there stood up one in the council, a Pharisee named Gamaliel, a doctor of the law, and in reputation among all the people, and commanded to put the apostles forth a little space, and said unto them, Ye men of Israel, ye men of Israel, ye men of Israel, take heed to yourselves what ye intend to do as touching these men. For before these days rose up Theudas, boasting himself to be somebody, to whom a number of men, about 400, joined themselves, who were slain. All as many as obeyed him were scattered and brought to naught. Okay? Now, that Theudas sounds more or less like this guerrilla Hebrew, right? And he's got 400 followers of a Sakari, and then when he got accused as being a Pegameister or a Pegatron, where he likes his woman to put on a strap-on and give him what he feels like he deserves, or whatever the fuck. I don't understand that, but whatever. And then okay, and then his people went off and created these Genesis Israelites, okay, and they go off preaching the same shit IUIC is preaching. You might as well go back to church on Sunday. God loves everybody bullshit, right? After this man rose up Judas of Galilee in the days of the taxing, and drew away much people after him. He also perished, and all, even as many as obeyed him, and were dispersed. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men, and let them alone. For if this counsel or this be the work of men, it will come to naught. It won't come to nothing. It will be overthrown. Right? But if it be of Yahweh, it cannot be. You cannot overthrow it, lest happily you be found even to fight against the Most High. Right? So, this gospel that the apostles and elders of great millstone and teachers and bishops under them, from which I learned, okay, Elder Yashawamba, Elder Manatazakba, Elder Malcolm, because if it wasn't for Elder Malcolm, I'll tell you right now, what the hell is an Edomite? You know, I'd be just as lost as everybody we trying to wake up now. right to this day, man. I'm stuck on this channel. What is the channel? GMS Maccabean Spirit, Malcolm, and critical race historical facts. Right? So, yeah, that's where I go every day. Elder Manatazakba, Elder Yashawamba, and Elder Malcolm every day. And I take notes on whatever lesson they put out. Okay? I take screenshots. I don't have a problem with it. Because out of Elder Malcolm's screenshots, man, I'll be putting a lot of them posters out there on the street corner. No bullshit. And if you've seen my videos with me out there on the street corners, you see a lot of pictures that I got about 3.5 to 4 feet tall, and I show big old pictures, and as people drive by, walk by, and they stop and look at these pictures, they shook because they ain't never seen that type of information before. And I got most of it from Elder Malcolm, the brother ICR over at GMS Upon Precepts. Hell, I learned what a precept was from him. I didn't even know what a fucking precept was. Okay, I really didn't know, man. Okay, I got on the comment board one day back in 2018 and got on there GMS upon precepts and asked, what is a precept? You know, and they break it down. So I started reading the Bible to see if I can understand what a precept. I've been stuck ever since. Because, I mean, the Bible makes sense now. It's not just a book where you just read it. It makes sense. I'm like, damn. Oh, okay. Right? The light came on. You understand me? And then Elder Manatazak Ba and Brother Yawam, they blew my hair back, man. Every Saturday, I was on they live stream while I was at work, man. Every Saturday, man. After that, because they was out there on them street corners in the rain and the snow, standing on that building up under that tarp. They was out there, you know. I started with the GMS Bible Teacher SC and Narrator SC, 04 and 05. Bible Teacher SC 04 and 05. And that's when I came into listen to Brother Yawam and Elder Manatazak Ba, man. I ain't had no fucking clue. Then I went back to watching some of the Pittsburgh videos that he had. You know, he was out there on the street corner preaching by himself. You know what I'm saying? That gave me the testicular fortitude. Him, Amawan Abad, and a couple of other brothers out there. Let's see. Look, Zadok Amram, House of David. He out there by himself. So I went out there by myself. Hell, if they can do it, I can too. You know, they ain't got no fear, right? But anyway, I got off track. Sorry about that. But anyway, you know, the people, man, they just doing too much, man. Okay, let's go back to let's see, Revelation chapter 21, verse 12. Right? And he carried me away in the spirit in a great and high mountain, and showed me that great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from the Most High, having the glory of Yahweh, and her light was like unto a stone most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal. Right? Now, we already know what a jasper stone looks like, right? Okay, let me go show you what a jasper stone looks like right quick, just in case you ain't got a clue. Okay, for some of you new followers, I'm gonna show you right quick if I can find it. I ought to just go online and get it instead of going into my receipts. But yeah, hold on. Yeah, I might have to do that. I think it's a lot faster. As a matter of fact, okay, jasper and a sardine stone. Let me go get it. Jasper and a sardine stone. Jasper stone, right? Jasper stone. Jasper can be a variety of colors. Okay, images. Boom. 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 He said that the glory of the Most High God looks like this. Okay, in Revelation chapter 12, verse 10 and 11. This is a jasper stone. Okay, these are jasper stones. Okay, that's what a jasper stone looks like. Real talk. Jasper stone. Jasper stone. Okay. Only one race of people look like that, man. Come on. Jasper stone. Jasper stone. Okay. Let's go back to Revelation. Right? Even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal, and had a great and high wall, and had 12 gates, and at the 12 gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Okay? The 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Didn't say the 12 tribes of all nations. Okay? Let's go get it. Ecclesiasticus, the book of Sirach, chapter 44, verse 19. Right? Abraham was a great father of many people. In glory there was none like unto him, who kept the law of the Most High, and was in covenant with him. He established the covenant in his flesh, and when he was proved, he was found faithful. Therefore he assured him by an oath. Who is he? Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Who is him that was assured? Abraham, by an oath, that he would bless the nations in his seed, not all nations. It's a specific seed line. A specific seed line, right? A line of procession, okay, of individuals that the Most High, through much labor down through the centuries, made perfect by bringing about King David, King Solomon, and Yahushua HaMashiach, who is King Solomon, the reincarnation, if you can receive it. Okay? Now, that's where Yahushua was punished because he was King Solomon in the reincarnation. And he committed a sin by turning his back on the Most High God to please his women and worshiped false gods and idols. After the death of King Solomon, because he never got punished by the Most High, okay, Rehoboam, his son, and Jeroboam, the captain of the armies of Israel, both split the kingdom of Israel into two separate nations. The southern kingdom went under King Rehoboam, the son of King Solomon, into the Babylonian captivity under King Nebuchadnezzar, and Jeroboam took the northern tribe of the or kingdom of the house of Israel, which are the Latinos and Native Americans, into the Assyrian captivity under Sennacherib, king of Assyria. Okay? Now, where was I at? Boom, boom, boom. Therefore he assured him by an oath that he would bless the nations in his seed, and that he would multiply him as the dust of the earth, and exalt his seed as the stars, and cause them to inherit from sea to sea, and from the river unto the uttermost part of the land. Verse 22, with Isaac, not Ishmael, not the 12 sons of Keturah, not the Edomites, not Elam, not Moab, not Ammon, not the Philistines, not the Hamites. It said, with Isaac, the son of Abraham. Okay? Isaac. Understand? Did he, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, establish likewise for Abraham, his father's sake, the blessing of all men. The all men are from the seed line of Abraham through Isaac. You missed that, didn't you? Okay, because you forgot. The children of Israel shall number as the sands of the sea, but only a remnant of them shall be saved. Okay? That's the part you forgot. Wait. And the covenant, and made it rest upon the head of Jacob. The covenant rests upon the head of Jacob. He acknowledged him in his blessing, and gave him an heritage, and divided his portions. Among the 12 tribes did he part them. Now, we just went to kindred. In kindred, okay, let's go back, okay. Revelation 5 and 9 again, okay. And we're going to go back to interlinear, and we're going to go back to, okay, kindred, right? Phule, a tribe. In the New Testament, all the persons descending from one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob, a nation, a people, okay, i.e. race or clan, okay. The offshoot from this race or clan are the Gentiles. The Gentiles are Israelite foreigners that have been scattered amongst the heathen nations, okay. They've been scattered everywhere. Okay, hold on. Let me just go get Hebrews. Okay, where was that? Hebrews chapter 8. Okay. Verse 6. Hebrews chapter 8, verse 6. But now hath he obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant, which was established upon better promises. For if that covenant had been faultless, there should no place have been sought for the second. For finding fault with them, he saith, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Okay? Say it again. For finding fault with them, he saith, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. He didn't say he would make this new covenant with all nations. The great multitude found in Revelation chapter 7, verse 9, is in reference to the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Okay? It gives you the 144,000. That's a given. Because we're going to go over that in just a minute. Of that great multitude, which are the Israelite foreigners scattered amongst the heathen nations that have been Hellenized, meaning that they have adopted the cultural mannerisms, the food stuffs, the belief systems of the heathen nations in which they were scattered to, where they were born and lived. But their bloodline, those Hellenized Israelites, are individuals that adopted those customs, who were Israelites that had mingled their blood seed line with the heathen nations, the women of those nations, and the children come out looking like the heathen nations. But their father's bloodline, because this is a patriarchy. This is not a matriarchy like those imposters over there calling themselves Jews and are not, but do lie and are of the synagogue of Satan. Tell you it is. Based on the fact of your mother, you can be a Jew. Fuck that. This is a family bloodline inheritance. This is a birthright. This is not a religion. Okay? But these Genesis Israelites keep going off saying that all nations can be saved, which is a lie. And we're showing you it's a lie. Look, Hebrews chapter 8, verse 9. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days. I will put my laws into their mind. Whose mind? The house of Israel. And write them in their hearts. What is he going to write into their hearts? I will put my law. The only way the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua would be able to do that, after the days of Jacob's trouble, after the days of the great tribulation and the destruction of Esau, Edom, and the heathen nations' kingdoms, been brought low, melted. Okay? The Most High will establish his covenant with the house of Israel and put his laws into our minds and into our hearts, and he will be to us Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, a God, and they shall be to me a people. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for they shall all know me, from the least of them to the greatest. Micah. Hold on, where's Micah? Let's get word. Boom, boom, boom. Micah chapter 4, verse 5. Right? Yep, that's right. Boom, 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 boom. But they shall sit every man under his vine and under his fig tree, and none shall make them afraid, for the mouth of the Lord of hosts has spoken it. Verse 5, Micah 4, verse 5. For all people will walk every one in the name of his God, and we will walk in the name of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, our God, forever and ever. Okay? Now, all people will walk every one in the name of his God, because we will put the heathen nations under subjection. Okay? Zechariah chapter 12, verse 5. Right? And the governors of Judah will be the 12,000 of the house of Judah. The governors of Judah shall say in their heart, The inhabitants of Jerusalem shall be my strength, and the Lord of hosts their power. In that day will I make the governors of Judah like an hearth of fire among the wood, and like a torch of fire in a sheaf, and they shall devour all the people round about on the right hand and on the left, and Jerusalem shall be inhabited again in her own place, even in Jerusalem. Remember, Jerusalem is a people before its place. Now, all the people that are being devoured by the fire of the Most High God are the laws that were put into the minds and hearts of the children of the house of Israel, those that were predestinated for salvation on this side, the elect of the house of Israel. Like it says in Isaiah chapter 45, verse 4, for Jacob, my servant's sake, and Israel, mine elect. I have called thee by thy name. I've called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee, although thou hast not known me. Remember, he surnamed Jacob when he wrestled an angel and prevailed and called his name Israel. In the Lashawan Kodash, that name is Yasharallah, which means Prince of the Power or Prince of God. Okay? Now, that's where he was surnamed Israel. And he was elected, and all of his seed line, he parted the portions of the new covenant, like it says in Ecclesiasticus chapter 44, verse 19 through 22. Okay? He parted all of the portions that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob would get amongst the 12 tribes. The 12 tribes have been scattered amongst the heathen nations. Okay? Let's get it. Joel chapter 3, verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel. Right? My point, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Scattered. They have scattered. To scatter, scattered. To be scattered, to be dispersed. To be scattered abroad. To be dispersed. Right? Now, let's go get to be dispersed, right? Okay, let's go get John chapter, what is that? John chapter 7, verse 35, I think it is. Salakia. Boom. Let's read it. Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles? Hold on. What does that mean? There's dispersed. Okay. Dispersed. Diaspora.
Strong's G 1290. Diaspora. Diaspora.
Okay, a scattering, dispersion of Israelites dispersed among foreign nations. Right? The only people that can actually be called Christians are Israelites scattered abroad. Those individuals that I just tried to explain to you that had been Hellenized by their fathers, intermingling their seed with the women of the heathen nations that have adopted the customs of those heathen nations in which they had been Hellenized and had adopted. Okay, or had they been scattered into, of the nations that they had been born into. Okay? A scattering, a dispersion. Here it is, dispersion, i.e. specially and concretely the converted Israelite resident in Gentile countries, which are scattered abroad. Okay? Those are the individuals dispersed among the Gentiles. Okay? That's what he was talking about. All right, now let's see. Let's go get some more. Bro, let's go get, where was we at? Romans chapter 8. Right? Verse 16. For the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. And if children, then heirs, heirs of Yahweh, and joint heirs with Hamashiach. If so be that we suffer with him, that we may also be glorified together. Okay? For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory that shall be revealed in us. For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of Yahweh. The sons of power. The sons of the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Sons, plural, meaning more than one. We would be joint heirs with Hamashiach. Okay? Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of the Most High. Okay? And the individuals that do this thing are those that believe. Okay, let's go get 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 18. Right? For the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness, but unto us which are saved, it is the power of the Most High. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent. And that's exactly what happened to Gorilla Hebrew and Sakari. The Most High destroyed them. The next individuals on top to be destroyed is ISUPK, because they're preaching that John the Baptist wasn't in the truth. I can't wait till they fall. I can't wait to see Tazariak and see what kind of new punk shit he going. I heard Tazariak, he got Vocab Malone's telephone number on speed dial. You mean to tell me you got Satan's telephone number on speed dial? What the fuck? Wow. Him and them Genesis Israelites. Is that the same with Bishop Nate too? Damn. Wow, man. You niggas done sold out for the bag. Why don't you just be a man with testicular fortitude and balls and just tell the world that you took the bag, motherfucker? That way it would be a concise split straight down the middle, because there should be no schism or in the words of truth amongst his people. There wasn't supposed to be a schism. A schism is a split. And you guys are causing a split deliberately and on purpose in order for money, for lucre, for filthy lucre's sake. Look, it's the love of money is the root of all evil, not the money itself. Money is a defense, but it's the love of the money that make you motherfuckers go off on a tangent saying that all nations can be. Oh, wait a minute. So you're saying that Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, this devil that hung your great granddaddy from a goddamn light post and set him on fire in the middle of the street, in the 1960s, 6 goddamn German shepherds and Doberman pinchers on him to bite a plug out of his neck and sprayed him with goddamn water hoses, okay, in a peaceful protest, calling them niggers and spitting them, throwing rocks and bricks at them in the middle of the goddamn street. You're saying that these people can be saved now? After all of that? Yeah, you gotta go, man. Yeah. I can't wait till Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, because he's here. The spirit of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach is here, and he has his governors, the governors of Judah, standing on street corners, risking their lives in freedom, burning people up and setting your ass on fire, okay? As far as Micah chapter 4, verse 5, those individuals, all the people that worship their God, we're going to have them under subjection. We're going to enslave all of the heathen nations for what they've done, okay? But the only nation that was promised absolutely no mercy from God is Edom. That's the only nation that's going to be destroyed. The other nations may receive repentance, but they're going to be subject to the flesh, which is subject to the sin, which is subject to the chains of darkness. The chains of darkness, okay, darkness is sin, okay, sinful flesh. The chains that hold you there is the sins that they're going to continuously commit, because it's going to take 1,000 years to break all of these heathen nations from eating rats, worshiping a plate of shit, saying worshiping a cow, saying that that's their great grandmother in the reincarnation, eating octopus and tentacles and different creatures from the sea floor as a delicacy. Come on, man. We got to break these people for every day for 1,000 years. They're going to be on subjection under the Most High and under his men, okay, the governors of Judah. And we are going to force them to learn the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God. That's what it means in the book of Micah, chapter 4, verse 5, which we just read. All the people shall worship their God. Their God is the God of the heaven, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And when they fail to worship the Most High God, or if they don't come to the Feast of Tabernacles, they're going to be punished. Okay? Let's go get it. Feast of Tabernacles. There it is. Boom, boom. Right? I think it's in Zechariah. Right. There it is. Boom. Okay. Boom. And okay, Zechariah chapter 14, verse 16. And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall go up from year to year to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, and to keep the feasts of tabernacles. Right? And it shall be that whosoever will not come up of all the families of the earth are the heathen nations. Okay? The family of the Most High are the sons of God. The sons of God are the Israelites, the children of the Most High, the children of Israel, which we just made that kindred according to the flesh. Okay? So in order to be a spiritual Israelite, you have to be an Israelite according to the flesh. It doesn't matter what the flesh looks like on the outside. It's what it's on the inside in the spirit. Like it says in Romans, like we just went over, chapter 8, verse 16, the spirit bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High God. So we try the spirit and test the spirit by asking specific questions on the street corners to individuals that walk by, because the spirit, the children of Israel have been scattered into all nations and look like the nations. So we don't know who's an Israelite and who isn't. So we skillfully manipulate the biblical scriptures in such a way as to bring interest or questions from individuals that were pricked in the spirit. Like it says, okay, because we'll go get that in just a minute. In Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 14, he will make his word in our mouth fire, and he will make this people wood, and it shall devour them, roughly paraphrased. Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 14. Okay? So that's what the Most High is doing. Like it says in Zechariah chapter 12, verse 5, it's the same thing. Okay? We're going to use the word and the law and statutes and commandments of the Most High God that has been put into our minds and in our hearts as per the new covenant that the Most High is going to put with us after all these heathen nations and the family of the nations have been put down. And we are going to use the law, statutes, and commandments to subject these devils into slavery and break them. And by the time it's all over, their God is our God. Our God is their God. Because there's only one God. The God of the nations are idols. Okay? And it shall be that whosoever will not come up of all the families of the earth, even unto Jerusalem, to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, even upon them shall be no rain. And if the family of Egypt go not up, and come not, that have no rain, there shall be the plague, wherewith the Lord will smite the heathen that come not up to keep the feast of tabernacles. This is the punishment of Egypt, and the punishment of all nations that come not up to keep the feast of tabernacles. Okay? So every year, they're going to have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments perfectly. They're going to be punished. There's going to be 144,000 police force with the power of Superman to punish them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If they do anything that is not in the law, statutes, commandments that the Most High put in our minds and in our hearts, they're going to be punished. Them and their entire fucking bloodline. If a man is committing adultery on his wife, that man and that woman are going to be put to death, and their families. As it is written, just like it was under King David, it's going to be for the kingdom of heaven for eternity. And the heathen nations will forever be in subject under our foothills. For what they did to us, God damn it. I mean, come on, man. They still, right now, if you, look, hold on. Let me show you something. I got to show you something. Man, because you clearly don't get it. You people don't get it, man. I'm going to show you something right now. Okay, boom. Right? See that? The enemies of the Israelites, the 12 tribes, Moab, the Chinese, Ammon, the Japanese, Edomites, the so-called white man, Africans, the Hamite, Syrians, the so-called Egyptians, and the Philistines, okay, the so-called Palestinians, Ishmael, the Arabs, or the Syrians and the Philistines, right? The bloodline of Ishmael, right? Okay, if these nations do not come up to the Feast of Tabernacles, they're going to be punished. Okay? These are the heathen nations in general that are going to be subjected to learning the way of the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. It's that simple. Okay? Just want to make sure you understood that before you flip the fuck out. No, that's not fair. Oh, no, that's not. You know, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 20. Right? So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that were come into it. And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster and a plant of a great people. The great people are the Israelites. This plant are the elect. The grape of the cluster are the elect amongst the elect. Okay? Verse 22, let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. Right? A great people, the multitude, okay, are the picture of the heathen nations that I just showed you. Okay? So not all nations can be saved. Only the Israelites that are the Israelites whose bloodline goes back to the 12 tribes, okay, that look like these individuals. That's the reason why we have to try the Spirit, test the Spirit by the Spirit. Okay? Not all of these nations are going to be saved. Ain't going to happen. Okay? Right? Everyone is guilty. That's the reason why it says in the book, in the scripture, okay, let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. And the great labor, the Most High has been laboring for centuries through the bloodline of Arphaxad, through Peleg, because I was just there. Boom. Genesis 10. Hold on. Verse 21. And unto Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber, right? The brother of Japheth, the elder, even to him were children born. The children of Shem, Elam, Ashur, Arphaxad, and Lud, and Aram. And the children of Aram, Uz, and Hul, and Gether, and Mash. And Arphaxad begat Selah, and Selah begat Eber. And unto Eber were born two sons. The name of one was Peleg, for in his days was the earth divided, and his brother's name was Joktan. Okay, and Joktan begat Almodad, and Shelef, and Hazarmaveth, and Jerah, and Hedoram, and Uzal, and Diklah, and Obal, and Abamiel, and Sheba, and Ophir, and Havilah, and Jobab. All these were the sons of Joktan. And their dwelling was from Meshah, as thou goest unto Shephar, a mount of the east. These are the sons of Shem after their families, after their tongues, in their lands, after their nations. Okay? So, now the bloodline that the Most High chose after that was Arphaxad, right? Let me see how you spell that. Arphaxad. Boom. Okay. Okay. Look. See, look. Down here at the bottom. Luke chapter 3, verse 36. My point, look, was the son of Sem. Now, all this other time, you got Shem here, right? Hold on. Shem there in Genesis 11 and 11. Shem, Genesis 11 and 10. Shem, right? Shem in Genesis 10 and 22, but down here in Luke, it says Sem. Who the fuck is Sem? When the biblical lineage is out of Arphaxad, okay, going back to Shem, Japheth, and Ham, right? The three brothers of Noah, the sons of Noah. Shem is the bloodline, and the bloodline from Arphaxad. Okay, let me see if I can get that, right? Right. And First Chronicles chapter 1, verse 18. And Arphaxad begat Shelah, and Shelah begat Eber, right? This is the land of Hebrew. That the word Hebrew comes from is from the land from the word Eber, right? It's a translation of the word Eber. That's where we get the word Hebrew from. Okay? And unto Eber were born two sons. The name of one was Peleg, because in his days the earth was divided, and his brother's name was Joktan. Right? Now we went through all of that. Now, hold on. Now look, after Joktan, okay, verse 24, First Chronicles chapter 1, verse 24. Chapter 1, verse 24. Shem, Arphaxad, Selah, verse 25. Eber, Peleg, Ru, verse 26. Serug, Nahor, Terah, Abram, the same is Abraham, the sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Ishmael. These are their generations. The firstborn of Ishmael, Nebaioth, and Kedar, and Abdil, and Mibsam, and Misha, and Duma, Masa, Hadad, Timah, Jeter, Naphish, Kadima. These are the sons of Ishmael. Now the sons of Keturah, Abraham's concubine, she bare Zimran, Jokshan, and Medan, and Midian, and Ishbak, and Shua. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. And Abraham begat Isaac. First Chronicles chapter 1, verse 34. The sons of Isaac, Esau, and Israel. Israel, remember, Jacob and Esau. Jacob wrestled an angel, okay, and his name was changed from Jacob to Israel because, like it says in Genesis chapter 35, verse 9, the Most High God came and met Jacob on the way back from Padanaram, okay, and the Most High changed his name to Israel and told him right then that the covenant that he with his grandfather Abraham and with his father Isaac, to him will he also give that same covenant, and through his seed forever. Okay? So whenever you get done, all right, talking about all nations can be saved, the covenant of salvation is exclusive to Israelites only. Okay? This is a line of procession, a line of succession, right? With great labor have I made it perfect, right? All right, hold on. Now, the sons of Isaac are Esau and Israel. And then it tells you all the sons of Esau. Okay. Okay. And then it goes off into all of the different things of what happened. Okay. But anyway, like I said before, let's go into Second Ezra. Right? Should I go into Second Ezra? No. I'll tell you what. I will go to Baruch. I'll go to Baruch. Right? Chapter 4, verse 1. Haha. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and the law that endureth forever. Evangelical Christianity and the Genesis Israelites are saying that the law is done away with because if all of the Gentiles can be saved and all of the Gentiles encompass all of the heathen nations, which I just disproved that as bullshit because they can't be saved. Revelation chapter 7 verse 9 is the great multitude of the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad. Kindred. In the New Testament, all the descendants that come from the 12 tribes of the patriarch Jacob. Okay? Kinsmen according to the flesh. Okay? Who are Israelites? Romans chapter 9 verse 4. To whom pertaineth the adoption, the glory, the covenants, the giving of the law, the services of the Most High, and the promises. The services of the Most High is through the Levite priests, which are part of the 12 tribes, goddammit. So how are you talking about all nations have this covenant? This promise was given to one people because the Most High chose one nation above all nations upon the face of the earth to receive this covenant. And he only brought one nation out of the land of the house of Egypt, out of the house of bondage, who were Israelites. That's who he brought out of there. That's who the covenant's with. It ain't with all nations. Bullshit. See, I gets hot up under the collar about that. You know, you motherfuckers, especially with John the Baptist. I come straight from the Baptist church. That's all they taught every Sunday since I was 5 was John the Baptist. So you telling me John the Baptist ain't the truth, man? Them's fighting words. Right now. So, yeah, okay. My next video is going to be in defense of John the Baptist again. You know, being that I was recently accused of not making a video concerning John the Baptist by a specific individual of which I will not name, okay? You know? I mean, what the fuck? I made 4 videos on that, but I'm going to make another one just to please the people. How does that sound? Okay. Okay. I mean, man, come on, man. Really? Man, my first video I ever made was in defense of John the Baptist because I heard this motherfucking Tazariak because I was listening to their bullshit, right? And then I compared it to what Elder Malcolm was saying and what Elder Manatazak Ba down in South Carolina at GMS Bible Teacher SC was saying. And I believe what they were saying, him and Elder Malcolm, but this shit Tazariak was saying, okay, talking about John the Baptist wasn't in the truth. He was a lie. It pissed me right off. I made that video. That was my first video I ever made. It was about 45 minutes when it came out. 44 minutes and some change. Okay. And I sat there on my couch at home in the Bible going through biblical verses. I went through like 5 biblical verses that I knew from childhood, from memory, okay, to defend John the Baptist. Okay, because he's a herald. He was just he's just like a radio announcer or an announcer that announces an individual, the most individual like a fight between Mike Tyson and somebody. Okay, John the Baptist was in the course of that announcer that gets the microphone at the beginning of the fight. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you blah, 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 blah. Are you ready to rumble? All that shit, right? Okay, that was the form and the course of John the Baptist. He was introducing Yahushua HaMashiach as the Son of God. That's all it was about, man. Anyway, this is the book of the commandments of the Most High and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. These Genesis Israelites are subject to death because they left the truth of the Most High. Guerrilla Hebrew, if he has not repented, is subject to death because he left the law, statutes, and commandments to teach a doctrine that was false. See what I mean? They condemn themselves with their own mouth. Like it says in Proverbs. Let's go get it. That just popped in my head. What it say? Boom. It just came out of nowhere. Proverbs chapter 15. Verse 6. It's Proverbs 15:6. Psalm 6. No, Job. That's a Job. I think it's Job. Might be Job 15. I can't remember. Yeah, there it is. Yep. Here it is. Okay, let's start at Job chapter 15, verse 2. Should a wise man utter vain knowledge and fill his belly with the east wind? Right? Saying that all nations can be saved. Should he reason with unprofitable talk? You know, calling Tazariak and the rest of these lunatics, calling Satan on speed dial, aka vocabularious baloney field homosexual, pedophile, and murderous thug. He don't say nothing about the Edomites when they do something wrong. The so-called white men. Okay? About them molesting children, all that shit. In the church now, because if you go and you pull up on a YouTube video right now, pedophilia in churches, you're going to pull up 1,000 fucking videos, and the picture and face of those individuals committing this crime are white people, Edomite Caucasians. I'm telling you, go look for yourself. It's on YouTube. You think I'm full of shit? Okay? Right now. Should a wise man utter vain knowledge and fill his belly with the east wind? Should he reason with unprofitable talk or with speeches wherewith he can do no good? Yep, thou castest off fear and restrainest prayer before the Most High. For thy mouth uttereth thine iniquity, and thou choosest the tongue of the crafty. Thine own mouth condemneth thee, not I. Yep, thine own lips testify against thee. So, ain't nothing you guys can do, man. You done doomed your own soul. You stupid monkeys. Why you do some shit like that, I ain't got no clue, but I ain't gonna do it. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and the law that endureth forever. All that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. Jacob, 12 tribes. The sons of the patriarch Jacob, 12 tribes. Okay? The people of the Lord. Okay? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Get it? We getting it? Wait, how many books? I'm gonna go to 2 more books then. Okay? Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. Meaning, so this way you will know who you are, know what your biblical bloodline, birthright, heritage is as an Israelite, and follow after it. As it is written in Judges chapter 5, verse 11, where in the lands of drawing water, in the lands of our captivity, we would rehearse the righteous acts, which is to fear the Most High and keep his commandments. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of men. And the only people are men are the flock of the Most High. Let's go get it. Boom. Boom. Flock of God. Hold on, where is it at, man? Right? There it is. Ezekiel 34 and 31. And ye are my flock, the flock of my pasture. Okay, and ye are my flock. The flock of my pasture are men, and I am your God, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? So, all these other nations, okay, the Most High doesn't give a shits about. He just don't. He never did. He destroyed, by the flood, an entire planet and everything that was in it. Everything that lived died by the water and saved 8 souls, 8 people, and destroyed everybody else. How in the fuck do you think that the Most High changes? Malachi chapter 3, verse 6. I am the Lord thy God, I change not. Therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. You are not destroyed. You are not eliminated from the face of the earth. Okay? Psalm 83 are all of these heathen nations, like I showed you before. All of these heathen nations, okay? All of these heathen nations are guilty of trying to hide the fact that we, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, for the most part, oppressed together here in America, Babylon the Great, the land of darkness and the land of bitterness where there is no light in it, as it is written in Job. What is it, Job? Job chapter 10, verse 22. Right? Okay. Merathiam, where it says, I think that's in Jeremiah chapter 49, the land of double rebellion, where you rebel against God with your sexual acts with LBGTQ, and you rebel against God, where it says in Psalms chapter 50, verse 16, right? To the wicked the Most High God saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldst take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing as thou hatest instructions and casteth my words behind thee? The evangelical Christian church teaches the law is done away with. The Bible's telling you, no, it hasn't. Like it says in Matthew chapter 5, verse 18, there shall not be one jot or one tittle of the law be passed away until all the law is fulfilled. Roughly paraphrased. The law that was fulfilled was the law of sacrifice, because Yahweh Shai, the one you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, became sacrifice for the sins of the house of Israel. Only. Exclusive. No one else. Okay? He tells you that with his own mouth. He made a prayer to cover the blood that he shed. Specific individuals that followed him and his name and believed his words and believed on the Father, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and made a prayer in John chapter 17, verse 5 and 6. Those through 9, those individuals will be covered with the blood of Yahweh Shai here in these last days. Those are the elect, those that believe on the name of Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Other than that, you can't get the fuck out of here. Ain't gonna happen. You're going to start teaching Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. I can go to a ChatGPT chat that I put in. I typed a question in where the computer got confused. The computer got confused on the word Jesus. He said, because I had it, matter of fact, I'll prove it, man. And I'm sorry about being all over the place, man. I'm going to try to stick to one thing, because I was going to go way over there, okay? Anyway, Baruch chapter 4, verse 3. Give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation. And that's what the Genesis Israelites are trying to do. That's what Guerrilla Hebrew was trying to do, is trying to give the blessing and what is profitable to us, which is to fear the Most High and keep His commandments by coming back and practicing the acts and rehearsing the rites and acts of the apostles and the prophets of old, which is to fear the Most High, keep His commandments, fasting, practice the Sabbath day, keeping it holy as best you can. The grace and mercy that has been afforded us, that will cover us by the prayer of John chapter 17, verses 5 through 9, would cover those individuals that are willing to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Willing to do so, not unwilling to do so, because 2/3 of our people are unwilling to do so, man. They know the spirit within them is pricked as Israelites that they are wrong. They are convicted in the spirit, so they buck up against the prophets. That's what they do. That's what they've always done. They will continue to do it until the day of the Lord. Okay? Now, let's go get 2 Peter 2:1. But there were also false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privately shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that bought them. And they are in straight up denial that the name of the Lord is Yahawashi. Okay, let's go prove that. Hold on. Let me see if I can prove it. I can prove that. Yep, hold on. Let's get it. I'm first to prove it. Okay, let's go down, all the way down here to the bottom. All right, Salakia for taking so long. Okay, on this video, but where are they? There they are. Boop. Right? Okay, we got to be at the end of this madness for this madness to be happening, right? IUIC denying the names of Yahweh Yahawashi. ISUPK denying the servant who baptized Yahawashi. Sakari denying the word of Yahweh Yahawashi. Okay, Sakari and those Genesis Israelites are saying that all nations can be saved, which we just proved that they cannot, because the salvation is exclusive to Israelites only, and only amongst those Israelites are the elect that have been chosen. A prayer was made by the Son of Man himself. Okay, a prayer was made to cover the elect and the mistakes that they make in fearing the Most High God willingly and keeping His commandments. Okay? The imperfection of not being able to keep the commandments perfectly was covered by the blood of Yahawashi. But Sakari denies the word of Yahweh Yahawashi and his followers with him. That's the reason why I made into that biblical scripture about Theudas, who thought he was somebody. Is this not Guerrilla Hebrew, who thought he was somebody? Okay, and he fell down and 400 men followed after him. How many people did you have in Genesis Israelites? 400? Oh, shit. Reincarnation, ladies and gentlemen, is real. Okay, one body in Yahawashi denying the works of Yahawashi. Okay, and now you got Jacob's lanterns dressed in green. Okay, which is another offshoot of Sakari. They went the opposite motherfucking direction. Okay, see? You see what I mean? GOCC, Yah Israelites, denying the will of the Most High, saying that only black people can be saved. First off, we're not black. Black and white are social constructs that were created in 1681 and 1682 in what is called now West Virginia, of the original 13 colonies, before these Edomite devils stole the land from the indigenous population of people that were already here, who were Israelites. The only reason why those people that call themselves Jews and are not, okay, use the Assyrian script Hebrew, okay, is they Ezekiel ben Yehudi in 1523 added vowel points to the Assyrian script Hebrew, and the Yiddish language, they applied the Yiddish language to the Assyrian script Hebrew. It is not Assyrian script Hebrew, but after 4 generations, those imposters over there believe that they are God's people. They believe that they are the Israelites. They believe that they are the Jews based on the Assyrian script Hebrew, but they never go into the original Lashawan Kodash language of the Hebrew, the Paleo-Hebrew language. They don't do that because they can't use vowel points in order to apply Yiddish to it. Okay, so they discounted and cast it behind them, right? Like I said earlier in Psalms 58 and 16, they cast the words of the Most High behind them. Okay, and the whole world follows in behind them, and they're fucking bullshit. Okay, right? Let's go back to okay. 2 Peter chapter 2 and 1. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privately shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that bought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be even spoken of. You got Jacob's lanterns, you got the Genesis Israelites now. Then you got Guerrilla Hebrew trying to regain control. After everybody, it's all over the internet that he's a Pegatron. You know, you lost your masculinity.